This is Justin Scoop for SPX on Tuesday, September 23rd, 2025. And basically, all we did today, which is pretty phenomenal move, is you remember yesterday we kind of ran up a lot. We pretty much just kind of came back down and then went sideways. Even kind of where this was, I mean, we're a little above it, but it's really close. I mean, was it around six? We ran into 66.80. We were into the 66.80 range here. I mean, and then we just collapsed again. Crazy. So, yeah, we retraced. We actually had a day that I thought for sure we would hit on the daily 6,700, and we got 48 cents away from it. And that's where we rolled over. So it's like, oh man, if we were just holding on to that last little bit, maybe they're kind of trapped now. So let's just kind of zoom in on the day here. So yeah, going sideways, new all-time high. It looked like okay, we should go higher. We've been going higher. Why not? And it just went sideways. Squeeze was on here. I don't have the RSI on this one, but yeah, we just really started to collapse. You can see the this is the 6,700 call. Really nice hammer there on the call, and then we just broke down and started to roll down, and we stayed below that hammer. So it's like it wasn't immediately taken out, but I think that's significant that that hammer on this option and then really the hammer here, we did get back into that range a little bit. But really, this bull candle and this bull candle were really just retests kind of the open price. And from there, we stayed below a little bit of just all the moving averages, or kind of, I guess we were right on the yellow one here. And then we pushed lower again. So again, we pushed it down on the call. And we didn't even retest very much on the call. So it's like, okay, this is already going down. What's going to happen? That's where we had a little bit longer time frame where we kind of retested, looked like, okay, you got a double bottom going there. Is it going to go up? I've also got in here the 66.50 put because you literally could have just bought for $1 at any point, and that ran up to 10, actually 11. So you get a 10x, um, 10x, or actually made 10R because it went through 11 barely, but it did. If you bought for one and sold at 11, there you go. And it actually it gave the opportunity even through here where it's like, okay, it retested. Now it actually retested, rolled over again, stayed below these lows here, and then just dropped and dropped so quickly. That was it. And where it dropped was right back into yesterday's low, and then kind of found some support there. Uh, I thought late in the day here, okay, maybe it'll do it again. Well, it already really did that kind of retest and roll over here. I thought, okay, maybe in the end of the day, it could do another rollover. It already did the rest through all of this. Maybe it'll keep going lower. I don't know if that'll happen tomorrow. I don't know how much further we'll pull back. We are still above this midline here. This is around like 66.25. Tomorrow, maybe 66.30s, somewhere around, or 66.30, about here is the midline. So that's an easy target for it to pull back to, having two bear days, or even if it pulls back in a lower wick and then starts going up again. I have no idea what it's going to do. But yeah, this was a phenomenal retracement and definitely shows some weakness, or at least some resting. So we can still go bullish from here. Not a problem. If I zoom out a little bit more, I was trying to compare to, okay, we stayed above last Wednesday with all the rate talk and stuff. Um, we stayed above these lows over here, and we did take out yesterday's low. So it's interesting. Probably a different time frame might be better. Let's actually zoom out of this and see. What about an hourly? What does an hourly look like? How much retracement? Yeah, that's pretty good. I don't think we made like a higher low yet. There's still some lows in here from 2 days ago, from or Friday. We're still above that. We're still above kind of the lows through this. So that's some nice S curve that we held. We're still above that. So we really would need to take that out. But even if we do, or if I mean everything could kind of come consolidating into around 1630. So 1630 tomorrow depends on how this this midline maps out without all these extended hours. That's the one thing with this. Don't know exactly where this is sitting. But if these lows in here are around 66.30, we could easily come down to that point and just bounce and not have taken out the lows. The reason I bring that up is where was it? Didn't check on that before. Was it last month? I think it was last month. We had taken out some of these lows. You know what? I don't remember when it was. My bad. But anyway, what I was going to say is it looked like we were going to take out some lows, and then we actually still held it and bounced. And I don't remember what to do. Actually, I think it was this. I think it was in here where we stayed above. It looked phenomenal, gap down. It should, do some retests and then roll down. And we didn't even take out the lows on these days through here. This was going back to what is this, August 20th, August 21st. And then we were over here on September 2nd. New month, going lower and didn't take it out, held the low there. So let's see if I can zoom out again. So where was that? That was these days. That was this low. So that was a little bit ago. That's way down back towards the bottom of this channel. So if we do end up going lower than 66.30 and close below, and I want a good close below, maybe 6,600. If we can close down there, that's going to show a little more of a pullback. We will have taken out some of the lows here and then maybe get a little retracement back up into this midline and then a bigger pullback down. Really, it can, by the time it gets down there, it'll probably be around 60, maybe 6,400, and it still won't have taken out these lows. So these are down around 63.60, 63.50. So, I mean, it could come back down there, and then if it takes some more time, which usually the bearish moves don't take much time. So I guess what I'm saying here is big if, we some sort of move tomorrow where we pull back and get a close down here tomorrow, and then we can do some retesting back into this line, probably chop around there. But because we've taken out some lows, I would look for a bigger move down, small retracement, and a bigger move down again. So if that comes into like the 66.40, that's going to be around these lows, and it could totally hold that. But then what I just drew, let's get a different color. And this is just kind of just comparing what's happening. That's definitely a shoulder. That would be a head. That would be another shoulder. And then you're looking for like a measured move from there to there. Okay, that would make sense. If you do that again, that was about that far. Yeah, that's reasonable. That's all entirely reasonable. A lot has to happen. It probably will it probably would come down quicker than it goes up. Just because when market makers do that, they're usually quicker about it. So it could even do something like that. I don't know. But that's kind of cool. We'll see what ends up happening. All right. Hope this helps. This is Justin. Thanks.